When there's nothing left but the fire in my chest and the air that fills my lungs, I'll hold my tears and trade my ears for a glimpse at kingdom come. On the other side of misery, there's a world we long to see. The strife we share will take us there to relief and sovereignty. Oh my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. In our own towns, we're foreigners now. Our names are spat and cursed. The headline smack of another attack, not the last and not the worst. Oh, my fathers, they look down on me. I wonder what they feel to see their noble sons driven down beneath a coward's heel. Oh, my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. The road is dark, the way is lost. My eyes, they strain to see. I struggle forth to find a friend to light the way for me. Oh, brothers, can you hear my voice, or am I all alone? If there's no fire to guide my way, then I will start my own. Oh, my God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home. Oh, by God, we'll have our home again. By God, we'll have our home. By blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. By God, we'll have our home.
The song you just heard was a recording from the nationalist Mannabund organisation. It was sent to me some months ago, and I recently came across it again, and it filled my head with all sorts of powerful emotions and revelations. Since the Biden regime took power, the world has entered a particularly sinister phase of anti-white globalist dominance. There now seems to be nothing left in our systems of power to oppose this vile communist takeover. An eerie silence has descended across the corridors of power as the enemies of the West go about their evil business. The whole planet, in fact, has seemingly been put on mute until further notice. There's a sense of resignation in the air, and I can't deny that I have been feeling it of late. It's gloomy out there. I've been reflecting a lot about the purpose of my life lately. I've dedicated over 4 years of it now to the cause of nationalism, to the cause of liberating the European family from the clutches of its enemies. I count Way of the World as one of the very finest things I have ever done in my life, because the greatest thing anyone can do is to stand for what is right and what is true. I've reached millions of our people and helped them understand why everything they love about their way of life is being destroyed. I've helped them prepare for what's to come. I've helped them find online and real-world connections to get them through this most difficult of times. I'm grateful to have played a small part in helping our people in a time where there is a great deal of sadness and anguish over the way things are going. And we hear that pain in the song. We hear a man lamenting the loss of everything he and his ancestors worked to build. A lone voice looking out across the ruins of a civilization brought to its knees by a tiny but cunning group of globalists. A group that has seized control of our media and our political, educational and financial systems. It beggars belief that this tiny group could have finally brought us to this state, but here we are. In the song, despite the sadness, there is also a righteous anger and ironclad defiance against the enemies of the West, a heartfelt confidence that we can never be broken. This is the sense of unity and strength of purpose that only a time of crisis can evoke. And it is this feeling that we must harness and make the centerpiece of our movement. This is our time to stand tall regardless of consequences, regardless of outcome. What is this life really about? What is your life really about? What will you leave behind you when you are gone? Is life about getting by, paying the bills, keeping your head down and then fading away? A meaningful life has to be so much more than that. It's about us finding our noblest self, a search for meaning and truth. There is no doubt that in globalist communism we face a challenge to our way of life, to our very existence, greater than anything we have ever faced. But in this song I hear the unbreakable spirit of our people, and living in this spirit is a victory for us every day. And that is a choice we get to make for ourselves. Only when we cease to believe in ourselves have we truly lost. In many ways, the eventual outcome of our struggle is secondary to the way we choose to live in the here and now. When facing our enemy, as we currently are, we must face him with total conviction, don't give him an inch, and never back down. Clearly, a central purpose of our existence is to have children, but while this is a wonderful and important thing, on its own it's not enough. What is it that we will leave to them through our example? What if by our inaction, our indifference, our cowardice, all we left to them was a life of passive slavery under global communism? That's an act of cruelty. Do not create slaves for your enemy. So if you have children, you had better show them how to fight, how to tell right from wrong, how to always love themselves and their people no matter what abuse is flung at them. The globalists are happy to ignore the violent criminality of the self-hating whites of the radical left and of so-called minorities. These people pose zero threat to the globalists and are too stupid to realize that they are the puppets of a globalist power structure they cannot understand. At the same time, this new anti-white regime in Washington tells us that white people who are proud of their identity, who do not get on their knees on command, they are the biggest threat. And of course, they are right. The one thing that can stop globalism is the peoples of European descent standing proud and standing together in defense of their nations. We have a unique power that terrifies them. So be in no doubt that we are going to face a real tribulation over the coming months and years. They are going to try and strip us of our humanity in their bid for total control. So it's about a choice, an inescapable choice that all of us will have to make at some point in the near future. Do we stand against this tyranny with dignity and pride, or do we get down on our knees? What will you do? I suggest you make your time on this planet count. Until next time, be well.